Adonainu, Mureno, ורבינו, המשיח, לעולם. Welcome to the Sicha of the weekly Dvar malchus, Parshas noach, Dal, Mercheshim, Dovshan, and Beis. The Rebbe King, shlit starts off that Shabbos noach is general Shabbos, just like Shabbos Parshas. Why? Because Shabbos Parshas, we know the Pisgah of Rebbe King, wie man stellt sich weg Shabbos Parshas, as a good against the the behavior of Shabbos Parshas that affects the entire year. Why? Because Shabbos blesses the first week. For Shabbos Parshas gives a bracha the first week, and Shabbos noach is the first menucha, first Shabbos, the way it is in actuality. So Shabbos Parshas includes the entire first week, which includes the entire year afterwards. But how it's going to be, and Shabbos noach is the first Shabbos that finishes the worst Avodah in the world. And this idea is emphasized also in the Parshas of the week. What's unique, what's equal about Parshas Parshas and noach? They both speak about Parshas, the creation of the world, and noach, Hashem is swearing not to destroy the world. However, what's the difference? Parshas Parshas, Hashem creates the world. Hashem creates the world in one way. The second the world doesn't along with it, the people are not behaving. So Shabbos Parshas, the way Hashem created it, there has to be destruction of the world. Comes noach and fixes the world the way it is. That's the same idea. Shabbos Parshas, the way it's at above, where it should Shabbos noach is the idea of a poil. And that idea is also emphasized the idea that we see that by the creation of the Shem Lakim, Parshas Lakim, 32 times. However, by Parshas noach, what happens Avaya? Why? Because the whole uniqueness of noach, that in Shem Lakim, in this world, he reveals Avaya. And this idea of relation of Avaya in the world is emphasized in that Hashem promised the world will not stop. That the behavior of the world will be everlasting. That this idea that the world is everlasting is an expression of Avaya, an expression of Avaya, the world doesn't change, it goes forever. And also see this idea that Avaya shine in the world, and the idea of the rainbow. What's the idea of the rainbow? The rainbow physically happens through this of the clouds which come from the earth. Steam comes up and form clouds when the light of the sun shines through the clouds that divides the colors and makes the idea of a rainbow. What did it show? Also the idea of the Maila, the Shemesh Avaya is revealing in the idea of the idea of the clouds, the idea of the world. That tells us preparation for Lechla. What's the idea of Lechla? Lechla means going out. Halicha, this leaving completely your previous state, coming to a much higher level. And through that, you reveal also have a Lechla, a much level of Avaya. You reveal the idea of Achas Avaya that's higher than the world. So according to the Rebbe King, Shlit says, according to this that we said before, that the idea of Parshas noach is the first Shabbos of Avodah in the world. It means time for Cheshbon Tzedek to see how the Avodah was in the world. And what's the Cheshbon Tzedek? We have to see how much we would progress in this Avodah. What's the Avodah revealing Avaya in the world? How do we do it? First of all, this that we say, that Kol Yisrael b'cheskas kashrus, you can't say about yourself. You want to meet someone else, but that's somebody else. Right? A person themselves make Cheshbon Tzedek and check and make sure everything is the way it's supposed to be. And because a person is doing Cheshbon Tzedek, so he's limited. He sees that he's missing a certain area, so he's in Didav Agbala, he's limited to that thing that he is missing. So that's one way of taking care of it, of that problem. Another way is to be completely uplifted, be fully involved in Torah and Tefillah. And the Rechamela, you lose the small details. You're not going to have a problem with the small things. But what's the completion to a complete shlemus of the Avodah is to relate to every single small detail of the Avodah Hashem, have to deal with it in a way of uplifting to a much higher level. And this small detail is missing. We have to go up to a much higher level. Because at a much higher level, so also this small detail will be where it's supposed to be. And that negates the whole idea of Tsar and Meridus, which will come out of Cheshbon Tzedek. Why? Because his whole ways of doing Avodah Hashem is not through. Whole Tshuva is not through. It's not through being limited, rather to be uplifting to a higher level. And that's also the idea of Shabbos. Shabbos, what's the idea of Shabbos? Shabbos lahavaya lekecha, like Chassid explains in the pasuk vayechal lekim. What does vayechal lekim means? According to Chassid, the lekim was finished. The lekim was concealed in vayah is finished. There's no more lekim. There's a relation of havaya. And the whole idea of Shabbos is letters. Tashiv means going up. The whole idea of Shabbos, Shuvay law. The whole idea of Shabbos. It's all idea of Shabbos. If Torah and Tefillah, be completely involved in the course. This idea, the whole day of Avodas, and where you have Simcha, true of Simcha is emphasized now. And now we're coming after Simchas Torah, all the Yom Tovim, which is a lot of happy days. And as HaMashiach says, this whole idea is much emphasized in this year. Why? Because if you think everybody gave us Eidos, they already finished all the idea of Avodah, and we're standing great to greet Mashiach Tzedekenu. So what's the maskana of Cheshbon Tzedek is? What's the maskana? What's the verdict from the Cheshbon? That take you from Yad, Mashiach has to come. And even when someone says that Yadoinish Benafshe, a person knows himself, he has things he has to fix, that's not, obviously not, the Bastir of the figure told us. They already finished the Avodah. Why? Because this that he is something small, it's a detail, a small thing that she has to be fixed. But that we can't say that the Yidden are not ready for the Gula, because the general Yidden of old generations, the Avodah we have to do in Gulas, for sure that we already finished. And every single time brings an example. The whole Yidden are like one body. The whole body is healthy. And this when one organ there's a scratch, there's something small, the small thing. However, really the whole Yidden are ready for the Gula. And if that's the Fidei told us in his times, time of Fidei Kibbutz, well, the Fidei was alive in this world. Sure, now that we're already studying Daf Shanal, if in Beis, the years of the Niflois, the Adon Niflois, Bakril to the Niflois of the Gula. Especially already finished the idea of Chesh Tishrei, already studying in Shabbos. Shabbos is the idea of the Gula. So for sure that now we're already call the kids and already finished all times for the Gula, already did Shuvah, and the only thing is dependent only on Mashiach himself. Everything, the only thing that has to be, the Mashiach has to come. And what's has to be there? You know, we have to be to have more. What's the idea of Kiddush Levana? The sun and the moon, it has a set time, a cycle when they go around the world. Every single amount, every 29 days, 12 hours, and 793 chalakim, the moon gets renewed. It is chadshus of the moon. And what's the unique about the Kiddush Levana? Why? I'll say that when you Kaddish Levana, it's a Kabbalah. Why? Because when we see the moon is being renewed, that shows us some of the Yidden will be renewed by the Gula, and therefore, and according to the Chassidus, what's the idea of the Levana? The idea of the moon is the idea of malchus, and the sun is Zah, Havaya, and the sun is shining onto the moon, that shows the Shachar Havaya, and Elikim, Yuchad Havaya, Elikim. And what's the idea of Kiddush Levana, of renewing the moon? It's the idea of the more the moon is shining, is the more the revelation of Havaya and Elikim. It will be the revelation of Atzmos, the idea of the Rebbe. So according to us, understood that when making Cheshbon Tzedek and the Avodah and we see that you have to be more careful with Kiddush Levana, to have nice clothes and beautiful clothes and make Kiddush Levana in the street, and make sure we have in the times from Hagim for 3 days. And after the Melad, 7 days after the Melad. And the main thing is, of Kiddush Levana with a special kavana to be Mizarish the Gula. And even before Kiddush Levana of this month, we'll already be filled what we say in Kiddush Levana, big shit, Hashem Lakim, ask for Hashem our God, our Lakim. And David Malcolm have the idea of Bias and Mashiach, like we're saying that we're reading the Torah of Mincha, Shabbos Mincha, Lechtam, Yad, go to Eretz Yisrael, have all the 10 lands, over there we'll do all of them, we'll have the Beis Hamikdash, you know, like you would see, and we'll see Havaya, and the Mashiach finished off the Sicha. The Rebbe said 7 times, Havaya hu Alekim, 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 Shana Haba B'Yerushalayim. And then the Yoman doesn't bring it, the building and the Mogas Sicha. And the Yoman means that the HaMashiach started singing the Napoleon's March. Yechi, Adonenu, Moreno, ורבינו, מלך המשיח, לעולם ועד.